welcome Titan Army. It is a Thursday edition of our Titan Talk, and we have some updates covering everything from our tournament results last weekend to the future of our esports circuit. First, we'll kick things off with a recap of last weekend's Holders Frenzy. Another incredible showdown as always in the arena, and we saw some of the best plays yet. We had some big Titan swings as well as some razor close matches. So we'll highlight the standouts and talk about what made this final edition so special. From there, we'll head back to Brazil, coming off our week about 2 weeks ago on the ground. We've made some major strides since then, especially on our and what it means over these next few. Oops. Are we back now? That was weird. Can you still hear us? Oh, we're on the ABI Wi-Fi. We're fine too. Amazing. Cool. All right. Well, sorry if you missed anything there. We're just talking about Brazil and how we're shifting some of our focus now to the upcoming Brazil game show and what all that means over these next few weeks. So some nice momentum is building, and we couldn't be more excited to show you everything we have that will come to life as well. So after that, we'll take a look back at this week's special Monday edition of our Titan Talk, where we had RT join us. For those who joined live, you know the deal, and you know what these do we need to leave and come back? Oh, back again. Or is it only Blackfire who can hear us? If you can hear us, say yes. All right. Sorry for that. Little technical difficulties, but we are good. If you missed it, I was talking about how we'll go over Monday's Titan Talk, from the important updates with our tournament structure, as well as what the future for our NFTs will be. And don't worry if you missed Monday's session, ads will be going over all of those important updates. And finally, we will touch on the tournament calendar. We don't have the full dates locked in just yet, but with Monday's Titan Talk setting the stage for the future of our competitive circuit, we really want to dive into some updates in terms of what you guys can expect in terms of our affiliates as well as our Titan tournaments. So let's dive right in, but before we do, I'll hand it over to Ads for any opening remarks.
Just thank you everyone for joining the talk on Monday. It was a really nice conversation and has given us a path forward. So we'll give some updates on our thoughts and feelings later in this Titan Talk.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you, Ads. Let's dive into the first section of our Titan Talk today, the Holders Frenzy results. This past weekend, we saw the last edition ever of our Holders Frenzy, and what a great tournament it was to kind of close out this chapter. So we had $3,000 on the line, stakes were high as always, matches were tense, and the arena, as always, delivered on the action. So at the very top of the bracket, we saw McLovin, which was a Sky Titan piloted by TST Crips from Team Stomp On Ya. They fought through an incredibly competitive bracket, but were able to secure the crown. We saw some calm execution, some smart reads of their opponents, and a clear game plan with that Sky Titan that carried them all the way to the finals and allowed them to close things out in style. Right behind them in second place, we had Mirage. Mirage was a Spike Titan played by Rush. Rush played hard through their run and proved they could hang with the best, but sadly, they just fell short of TST Crips in that final overall playoff round. And in the bracket finals, we saw some drama in these brackets as well. So we had Heya, who made it through both of the brackets. So in bracket one, Heya made an impressive push with their Forest Titan, rightly named Forrest Gump. But sadly, they were just falling short of their ability to go to the overall championships. And then in bracket 2, we saw Heya again. This time, Heya had a Poison Titan. Poison Titan was named Pure Stall, but sadly, they were unable to go the distance and make it to this final round with this stalling Titan. So Pure Stall was stalled just a little bit short of these finals. So 2 bracket finals and 1 Holders Frenzy is no small feat. But sadly, luck just wasn't on Heya's side, and they narrowly missed converting these finals into an overall Holders Frenzy win. However, Heya did still play incredibly well, and that deserves recognition. I mean, two Titans in those final blocks is difficult to do. Yep. So GG's Heya there. And as for our stream, we had only Nugget who was able to join. Hopefully Ross will be able to join us in our next few tournaments. We really appreciate Nugget coming out, but it's always great to have both of our commentators with us. So we're really looking forward to having Ross and the full package of our tournament experience coming back to life with these updated tournament calendar and structure as well. So as always, a massive congratulations to all who competed and who walked away with their share of that 3,000 USD prize pool. And sadly, though this is the final Holders Frenzy ever, don't get too sad because we have a lot of tournaments and a whole competitive circuit coming right around the corner, and it's coming sooner than you think. Well, that's all on the tournament section. I'll hand it over to Ads to bring some updates of, never mind, Ads wants me to keep going. So Titan Army, now let's transition to talking about what we've been doing in terms of our work in Brazil. So as RT stressed on Monday's Titan Talk, Brazil is not just another stop for us. It's actually a huge opportunity for us for Reign of Titans, especially with this partnership with Guaraná. So working with them is a huge milestone for us in terms of brand collaborations, and we promise to deliver nothing short of a top-of-the-line experience, both with just how we're releasing in Brazil, but especially with our Brazil game show activation. And this week was another step towards that goal. We were actually originally slated to be going live with some ads this week, but we have a few, internal delays that we're working through and some issues with our TikTok account. So we're currently trying to fix that and remedy that before we go live with our full ad campaign, which will see ads live on Google, ads live on Meta, as well as ads live on TikTok. So really excited to be going live with these. We anticipate to have these next week at the latest, and we're testing a huge variety of different creative formats, from focusing on the lore and showcasing the IP of the characters, to also videos that just showcase different gameplay features such as PvP, to also some completely out of the box concepts. We're actually going to share one of these videos, but I see a question from FarmView, which is how many days is BGS? So it'll be 4 days. So we have the 9th of October, the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th. But people will only be able to come on the 10th, 11th, and the 12th, as the 9th is reserved mostly for creators. So speaking of these ads, and I like the distinction between ads and ads, very important to have here. We actually have a video that we want to share with you guys, which showcases one of these unique and kind of out-of-the-box ad concepts. Out-of-the-box ad concept. And let me share this in our chat now. So whenever we do these ads, we don't want to do, some of these like basic ads that you see all these other games do. We want to find ways to be engaging. We want to find ways to kind of cut against the grain to really, because I'm sure many of you do this. As you're scrolling, when you see an ad, you're more likely to swipe right past it. So we're trying to think of what are the engaging things we can do at the beginning of the ad to really grab people's attention and make them, really interested in terms of what the ad is actually about. So we have a video here where you, as the player, will actually summon a Titan directly into your world. So here, obviously, we're taking some inspiration from those early Skittle commercials. So Skittles always did these fun commercials where you would have to interact with the screen and somehow. So this is kind of our, creative take on one of those videos. So you as the player, it reads your energy and it summons a Titan who appears directly onto your phone. And this is just one of the many creative experiments we're doing in terms of these ads. And we're really trying to find, again, what will make people stop scrolling, as well as what will actually, make them interested in Reign of Titans and exploring more about this world of Irio. So we've been doing a ton of these experiments. This is just one of many that we'll be doing, but just wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight in terms of what we're trying to do for these ads. Thank you, FarmView. So beyond these ads, we're trying to keep the momentum going on multiple fronts, and the momentum, I would say, is just continuing to build. So our social channels are continuing to climb. Really appreciate all of the likes and comments you guys have been giving there. And we're really happy to see some of the excitement beginning to build locally. We're going to continue to push this over these coming weeks. So at the same time, we're also planning for BGS at full speed, looking at everything from how the stand will look and the way that we will actually showcase this collaboration with Guadana. So we're refining every detail of the stand, of the social strategy, the PR strategy. So not only are you, obviously able to experience the world of Irio at BGS, but even if you're on socials, you'll be able to feel and see that excitement of this event. And then I want to also change tunes now to also talk about something we shared last week, which were some of those exciting in-game assets for Guadana. And this week, we actually have a few more sneak peeks for you guys. We have a sneak peek of a new weapon, as well as 2 new scrolls, which will accompany this weapon. But first, actually, let me answer some questions. FarmView saying new players playing game in Brazil can play to win Guadana drinks via Zé delivery. We don't have anything about winning Guadana drinks, but we'll have a few different touch points with Zé delivery. So Zé delivery has their own basically like reward center. It's called Zé Compensa. And we'll have 2 activations running within here. One which is focused on BGS tickets. So people will be able to come into the BGS the Zé Delivery app and actually use their Zé Delivery points to enter into a raffle for these BGS tickets. So that's one way. And then the other way is we'll allow people to redeem their Zé Compensa points for loot boxes in-game as well. So there'll be 2 different touch points there. On top of that, we're also going to be activating on Zé Delivery's socials. So we're actually going quite deep in terms of how we'll be working with Zé Delivery. I see another question here from Light about the video saying, who is the voice artist? It's classified. It may be a real person. It may not be a real person. Well, I don't know. If you think you'd be a good voice artist, send me a DM. Maybe we can get you on one of the ads voicing it over. All right. So now let's dive in and talk about those sneak peeks. So what I'm about to share here is the special edition fruit cutter weapon, and this will go live with everything we're doing with Guadana. So I would say in just about a few weeks we'll be going live with all of these items, and this is one of the new weapons. So this, I believe, is a main hand weapon, right? This is the main hand weapon. Yeah. So we'll have 2 main hand weapons, 2 offhand weapons. This will be one of the main hand weapons, the fruit cutter, and then we have 2 scrolls accompanying the fruit cutter. So we have the explode scroll. Sorry, I just want to write this here so you guys can all see it, as well as our fruit's fury scroll. So this explode scroll will basically see a giant Guadana acting within or going live within the middle of the arena. The Titan will then run across into the middle of the arena and basically make this Guadana fruit explode all over their opponent. And then this second scroll here we have its Fruit's Fury, where basically this Titan will run across the other side of the arena and just go absolutely bananas on their opponent. So really excited about this new weapon and the 2 new scrolls that will accompany it. And I'm seeing some questions. It is not the evil eye. That's actually our creative interpretation of the Guadana fruit, which actually does look like it does have an eye on it. No, RCS, we don't believe this will have 100 mana and 200 true damage, but those are some good ideas. We have yet to define exactly what the descriptions will be of these scrolls in game. So if you guys have any ideas, make sure to send them here in chat like RCS has done. So really excited about these weapons. Again, they're going to be going live with the Guadana activation, which will be live in about a month and a half. And looking at the weapon as well, the fruit cutter weapon, you can also even see this like evil eye, Guadana fruit kind of situation you guys see going on. So you can see how we're really attempting to take elements of the brand, elements of the way the brand is, created, which is obviously the Guadana fruit, and then also integrating this into the game itself. Light, I see a question about animations in VFX. This is something we're actually currently working on. So now that we have all of the art, squared away and improved, we're now moving on to the phase where we're beginning to create these animations in VFX, and can probably share more of these, over these next few weeks within our Titan Talk. So really happy here with the progress, but really just getting started. We've only shown you guys 2 of the 4 weapons that we're actually creating, and each week we'll share some more sneak peeks, more updates, and more ways that this campaign is coming to life. But it's clear Brazil is our main target for the rest of the year. It's going to be a massive, massive milestone for us, and we can't wait to bring you all along the journey with us. Cool. Yeah, so I'll hand it over to Ads to talk about Monday's Titan Talk. We're just laughing at all your suggestions. The Switch Health, that's good.
Amazing. So thanks so much, Blake, for that on the Holders Frenzy and then talking about Brazil. So we had our Titan Talk on Monday. Again, thank you everybody for joining. That was a bit of a special Titan Talk for us because RT joined us and we went through some of the key topics we went through on that Titan Talk on Monday. One of those, of course, being about NFTs. And then we talked a little bit about the kind of direction and long-term sustainability of Reign of Titans, right? And how we're going to do that. So kind of just going back a little bit over this conversation with you all, you know that we've been kind of building now Reign of Titans for 3 years. And as you've all been with us, it's been a huge investment, not just from our side, but from your side as well. A lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of passion has gone into everything that we've built. And before I kind of kick off, I do just want to acknowledge and say thank you to all the support that we've had over these last few years. It's been an absolutely amazing ride that we've had. But at the same time, we've got to be pretty transparent about where we stand right now and what our direction is going forward from here. And there are a few key takeaways and pointers that I want to reiterate here on this Titan Talk, because this is affecting kind of our North Star and where we go from here. So one of the key points, right, firstly is about the mobile app itself. We believe today that the game isn't yet performing at the level that we need it to be, right? We see that there's still some issues when it comes to bugs. We see scrolls not functioning properly, and we see some reliability issues that we've had with the mobile app, especially when we look at mobile, right? So this is one area of conversation. Secondly, a big thing that came out from the talk on Monday is that our large-scale cash tournaments that we have today, and the role of NFTs within those large cash tournaments needs to change, right? Not only is it a resourcing issue for us long term, but it's also like very difficult logistically for us to think about this long term and as we scale. So taking these 2 points into consideration, there are some takeaways for you all, right? Firstly, we have decided to move away from our big $20,000 plus cash prize tournaments for the foreseeable future, right? Instead, and in its place, we are going to be doubling down on smaller community-driven competitions. So essentially, we want to try to build out what we're doing with the affiliate tournaments. Smaller format showdowns, more streamlined events, and the prize pools being smaller, ranging from $2,000 to $10,000. And we intend to run these in a way that's easier for us to manage, less prone to any kind of disputes, and ultimately we want it to be a more fun way to play and for people to watch, right? So as we said it, more fun, more speed, fast paced, no more waiting, right? One of the biggest signals that we've had, right, is our future in Brazil, right? For our future is what we're doing with Brazil. For those of you that were on the talk on Monday, you know that Artie stressed how critical Brazil is for us and how critical Guanana Antarctica as a partner is integral in our strategy and where we go from there. Of course, we're talking about the timeline of October, right? That's when we have the Brazil Game Show. It's when we're really going to be making the most strategic decisions about the future of Reign of Titans, right, from there. But the general idea, right, is that if we can succeed in Brazil and with the game show and with Guanana, it really opens the door for us to scale Reign of Titans sustainably through brand partnerships rather than relying on expensively growing the game ourselves, right? So this I'm talking about is just Guanana, right? But of course we hope to be moving to other brands as well. For us to have this partnership with Guanana and to be doing all of the in-game stuff that we're doing and to have a good experience, it means that we have to really think about this game quality and the development, right? And we have to move all of our resources towards that. This is another reason why it also makes sense for us to really scale back on tournaments and put our focus into where it needs to be as a priority. So fixing the game quality in general, fixing all the bugs that we have, and making sure that the user experience really is our top priority and our focus. So with all of this and us choosing to decrease the scale of tournaments, we understand that this has some ramifications for all of you, and it has some ramifications for the functionality of NFTs. And this is really important for people that weren't with us on Monday. The truth of it is that there are going to be less earning opportunities that are going to be available to you, right? And of course, there's going to be less earning opportunities because the prize pools are going to be smaller. So to help everybody in this vein and kind of our goal here is to offer to the community an NFT buyback program, which will start in October. It will be open for a period of time. We don't have the exact details yet, and we haven't defined the price yet, etc. But we do know that we want to do this in October. I know that everybody is basically just waiting to hear all the details and they're waiting to hear the prices, and I've got a lot of DMs, so thank you everybody who has DM'd me. I think I've answered most people as of last night, let's say, but keep them coming. So I can't give you all the details, but what I can, it's open to everyone. Yes, Ron. But what I can tell you is a few things about this NFT buyback. Right, we're not going to pay $300, $400 a Titan, right? That's the first thing to already know. So don't message me and say 400 a Titan, because that's not what we're going to do, right? But do expect something that's realistic. Do expect something that is fair when it comes to the Titan price, right? The reason why it's taking so long and why I can't give you the details about the Titan price today is because it's very clear to us that there's such a discrepancy in our community about how much people paid for Titans when they bought them, etc., and the value of individual portfolios that we have today. So what we are doing is that we're doing a pretty deep exercise to understand how much the price points are going to be for, and it will be different for different people, right? Again, depending on your portfolio value, right? Because you want to make sure that it's fair. So you can imagine it almost like we have set aside, or we've allotted a certain amount that we want to use for the NFT buyback, and we want to distribute it in the right way. So what is really helpful to me in this moment, we have the data already, right? Because we can pull it obviously from Magic Eden. But what is helpful for me is if you DM me, and a lot of you already have, tell me your portfolio that you have and the average price that you paid for your Titans. Again, we need to do this exercise pretty deeply, and I can't give you or guarantee you any of those prices that you're sending me. I can already not guarantee some of the prices that some people are sending to me. But what I can say is it will try and do this in the fairest way possible, taking into consideration different people's circumstances. I don't really know how to answer that. If you have one, then what will be the average? The price of one will be your average. You could just say that, Just say that number, and that's enough. So keep the DMs coming, because I really need all the data that I can to infer the best way to do it, right? So give us a couple of weeks to get the. Yeah, Sankey, okay, Sankey, I can't tell you that, right? I mean, I don't know if you're asking me this right now, but I just, okay, okay, cool. Because I was gonna be like, was I not just talking for the last 5 minutes? But the average is better in DMs, right? But the average is important for me, because I need a comprehensive view, right? What I can't do is just take one and then say, okay, this is what you're going to get back, because that's not how the ratio works, because I don't have enough data to know that yet. Let me see. Ads, from your personal opinion, from a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being extremely confident, how confident are you that Brazil will be successful? 9.5. Yeah, I got a 9.5. I think it's going to be very successful. 1&0 is so huge. Everything that we're doing there is really fun. And everything looks really good. So I'm feeling very confident there. Nice distraction. I really like that. Thanks, Nitro. So yes, like I said, keep DMing me, right? Don't forget, all of this, we're not doing away with tournaments. We're not doing away completely with the value of NFTs in tournaments, right? We've said very clearly that to enter tournaments, still, you're going to need to have an NFT Titan. So this is not to say, okay, everybody come sell all your Titans, right? Because the value is still there. We just want to make sure that you feel comfortable with the collection that you have, and the value that it's going to be bringing you back. Yeah, so RCS, basically, yeah, what you've just asked, right? So that's kind of what I was just saying there, right? No, I don't see tournaments not happening anymore. No, we're still doing tournaments, right? Unless you're talking about like next year. But right now, the value of the NFTs are still used in tournaments, right? Just the smaller tournaments. Well, I mean, yes, there's still value, right? Because we have tournaments. I mean, Shenlong, it's hard, right? Because we don't have a mechanic right now, right? But it's not to say that we don't want to build a mechanic with all of you as well. Because we do want to make sure that we retain like the value of the NFTs. We do want to make sure that you as holders feel like you're valued in it. But it's a risk reward thing, right? We also want to make sure that you're not over leveraged too, and like taking a risk on something that we can't continually hold the same value that we do today. And the value that we have today is having these huge giant prize pools. So that's kind of our predicament there. Right, so okay, so I get the provocation here, Azu, right? This is not the plan, right, to say that we're going to cancel tournaments completely. If for some reason, right, that we make a strategic decision to say, okay, let's cancel all tournaments forever, right? Then of course we would likely need to do some kind of additional step, right? This is just me talking now. Like, obviously, this is not guaranteed, but we would have to do some kind of a additional step, like another buyback, right? Because we have at this point said to you that we are still going to be running tournaments. So I understand the provocation there, right? Yes, Daniel. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, to kill off NFTs when you're still holding, right? I get that. And in the case of that, right, we would have to compensate, right, something again, because then we couldn't say, oh, still hold NFTs and then completely render them useless, right? We wouldn't do that. You know, another. I mean, I'm not saying. I'm saying, Azu, that probably yes, right. We would need to do. Yeah, right. I'm trying to like say it without saying it. But in the event of something like that, right, which again is not on the cards and it's not something that we've talked about, no one is killing it. In the event that something happens pretty significantly that we have to then really get rid of all of the NFTs, we would have to have another event that is similar to what is happening now to compensate for that. Yeah. I hope that was clear and vague enough for you to all get the point. Another thing. Oh yes, please, you can sacrifice the stalls. Another thing that came up on the talk on Monday is about the team idea. Right, there was quite a lot of sadness that seemed to be coming from everybody that we would be getting rid of teams. It's a really fun part of our tournaments. And I just want to tell you to not worry about teams as well, that we've got you covered. Well, I should actually say that the affiliate hosts have got us covered when we talk about teams, right? You know, Daniel, I have to give a shout out. I've been talking to Daniel, as one of our amazing affiliate hosts. And they are actually coming up with a model that incorporates teams. So we're almost really trying to bring the best from our original Titan tournaments and from the affiliates to make sure that we can really give the best experience to you all there. And I know, you know, how much you like to manage teams, etc. That, of course, is then going to come into play as you think about like your NFTs and what you want to sell, etc. Right? It's a lot of decisions that you need to think about collectively with your teams too. But don't worry, teams are going to stay. It is a real turning point for all of us. A lot of information going back and forth. But RCS, what you said there, we hope that kind of resonates with everyone. We think that this is the right decision for us as Reign of Titans. I think now it's settled in for a few days. The reaction I'm seeing from all of you is actually pretty good, pretty positive. Let's see how you feel in a couple of weeks. But I'm feeling like pretty good about your response. So, you know, thanks for working with us on this. Hopefully it is, you know, a short-term loss, a little bit for a long-term gain, right? The focus and strategic direction is really clear for us, at least going into the end of the year, right? I think the potential of what we're doing in Brazil has almost in some ways superseded our expectations, and has kind of forced us to really take a step to say, oh, we got to really put our resources into making this work, because it's going to really help us to scale and make Reign of Titans what we believe that it should be, right? Next year is 50-50. No, next year isn't 50. What in terms of what do you mean when you say that, Nero? Yeah, Azu, like that. As you type, Nero, I'll keep going. But because of everything that is still everything that I've just talked about, right? Of course, there's changes that are going to be coming to our tournament calendar. I know you're all waiting to know what the tournament calendar is, and it will be released soon. As you said, details are still being worked out, availability, etc. But our current plan is to host at least 3 tournaments each month, comprising of affiliates, like kind of new revamped Titan tournaments, I guess. And this approach will give us, you know, a consistent rhythm. With that, manageable for both players and for organizers as well. it's good. It's a good thing, right? We're in a good place to be able to support our affiliate hosts with resources, visibility, etc. And of course, we know how much these all mean to you. Yeah. So Sankey, it's kind of like looking like something like this, right? The general feel that we get from you is that you want more tournaments, even if it's a slightly reduced prize pool. So we'll come back soon with a more details as we work them out, formats, dates. But as we like to give sneak peeks, you can definitely consider this a sneak peek into what we're thinking for the future. There'll be no more holders tournaments. All right. Quick one today, but I do have one last thing that I want to talk to you all about, which is about community help. Another thing that came out from Monday, which was just so lovely to see the support that we got from the community. Once we kind of said, hey, we want to really make sure that we can build the best game possible and put all of our efforts into that, especially going into Brazil. We were immediately offered by many of you support to help us to do that in many different facets, right? And I want to really double down on that help from the community, whether it be through tournaments. What people are doing with the affiliates is amazing. If we are moving towards this affiliate model, I mean, if we want to have more affiliates, definitely send us a message, right? If you want to get involved, put something on. So whether it be going towards that, whether it be helping us in balance. Again, we've got a lot of messages of people saying that they would love to help us in balance, which is amazing. Content, testing certain aspects of the game. Please reach out to us on how we can do this. On our side, we are going to try to formalize this experience a little bit more. Yeah, the QA team is we're talking about it, right? So we're formalizing this experience to make sure that we can really utilize on and capitalize, as you say, on the many talents that we have in our community in a way that makes sense to help us to build ROT, right? Of course, we aren't going to do anything that slows us down, right, in terms of speed, but for quality, for sure, it's really important that we do this. So send us a DM if you would like to get involved, and just wait on us to formalize this and present it to you we'll present it on a TitanTalk, and then we'll present it to people in the chat about how they can get involved. But that's it. That's a wrap. With our 2 TitanTalks this week, we've got quite a lot of topics. Got some sneak peeks in there as well. Gave you some updates on Brazil. Yeah, you can DM us, Saki. Talked about the calendar. Asked you for your help. Yeah, we've gone through quite a few topics this week. But thank you all. Just you can DM Ink. He's volunteered himself, so you can DM Ink. It all goes to the same place. But yeah, just thank you for your continued support. We've got some really amazing things that are happening on the horizon here. The next couple of weeks will be pretty intense for us, especially as we work through going towards this NFT buyback, and then of course everything that we're doing in Brazil. But yeah, we're looking good. Let's see what Ink is saying. All right, we're gonna have a Thursday Rumble. We didn't have a Rumble on Monday. Did we have a Rumble? No, on Monday, right? We didn't. No. Oh, did we? No.
Oh, we didn't. No.
I don't know.
Oh, a summertime era to close out the summer which is almost ending here. We already got our volunteer, Shenlong. Shenlong wants the bounty on them. So let's go over what's up for grabs. If you kill ads, myself, or Shenlong, you'll get a medium loot box. If any of us commit suicide in any way, shape, or form, everyone will receive a normal loot box. And if you win the Super Rumble, you get a medium loot box. Alright, so head on over to the Titan Games channel, click this little battle sword emoji, and you'll be involved in the mix. Got a few of you from our Titan stage which haven't joined yet, so make sure to head on over, again, the Titan Games channel, and react to get involved. I think my favorite GIF situation is the pre-Rumble GIFs. Everybody just gets all prepared for battle. Let's see if we can find any good ones here. We got 1 minute here. We've got 10 of you in the Titan stage who haven't joined yet. Come on, it's free loot. Head on over to Titan Games. Click that little sword. Shenlong really wants people to get him, I guess. It's a good GIF there, Shenlong. All right, we've got 27. There's 7 more of you yet to join. 28! 28! We can get that over to 30. Come on. We got 15 seconds. There we go. We hit 30. You guys just like making us wait to the last minute to stress us out a little bit. I see you guys. And there we go. We got 30 participants. We got the summertime era. Closing out the summer strong here on our Thursday Titan Talk. Ads, how you feeling?
Stabby.
Ooh, Abhishek is a surfboard. Chiku, grilled corn on the hood of their car. My name is Ink is dead, and Sharma is dead, and D-Test Netter is dead. Blackfield, I almost said fire, killed Julian. Webbed Hero has sunglasses. Blazwitch then kills Blackfire as well as Banu. We got a Blackfield and a Blackfire here in the mix. D Phoenix Wolf is dead. MHR is dead. Shenlong is dead. And Senki is dead, but Blackfire is back alive. Shenlong committed suicide. That is a medium loot box for everyone. I have flip-flops which were left by a crab, which I don't even know how that works, but okay. Azu killed Farmview, and the mighty dragon is dead. Ads fell asleep in a hammock. The mini goddess killed Azu. Abhishek is fine. Biro has sunscreen. Abhishek then killed Webbed Hero. And Blackfield also has flip-flops. I got flip-flops. I'm really curious what these flip-flops do, but let's see. D mini goddess killed Daniel. Blazwitch is dead, and D mini goddess also has sunglasses. Ooh, vacation mode, which I think means a revive. Yes, it does. And Sharma is back, and Shenlong is back. That's right, Maddie. The bounty is back. Shenlong's really just trying to get you guys some extra loot here. And Sharma is dead. Sartorelli killed Blackfire. D mini goddess killed Golsi Nero. And Blackfire, I think that's the second revive Blackfire has had in this game. Seems a little unclear. Relzy killed somebody. Relzy killed Soulmate with their sunglasses. Biro is fine. Shenlong. Seriously, Shenlong literally killed himself, revived, and then killed themselves again to give you guys 2 normal loot boxes. GG's Shenlong. Look it up for the community. Chiku killed Abhishek. Queen is dead. Blackfield grilled corn on a car. And Biro is dead. We have 8 players heading into round 11. Nitro killed Savannah. Relzy is fine. I whacked D Mini Goddess with some flip-flops. Ooh, I'm gonna go put on some flip-flops after this. This is inspiring me a little bit. Relzy is fine. Blackfield killed Chiku, and I melted into a lounge chair. So that's where are my flip-flops?
Yeah,
my flip-flops
were
were supposed to help me there. That's 3 normal loot boxes to everyone playing, though. Relzy gets an extra one. It gets an extra medium by killing ads, and Nitro is dead. We have Relzy and 1 other player. Ooh, Blackfield kills Relzy and wins the Super Rumble. GG's.
GG's. I thought I had that, to be honest. I was just like playing it cool, and then I was gonna do a whole like thing at the end.
All right, let's end with a classic Rumble here. And GG's Blackfield first Rumble win. Is Blackfield a alt account of Blackfire? Are they separate people? Blackfield is new here. We love to see it. That's what I was saying, Maddie. Is Blackfield just Blackfire's alt? Oh, well, Biro, we're happy you're able to make it with us.
Never too late. Never too late.
Oh, okay. Blackfield is apparently an Indian Blackfire.
Is that real?
That's what I mean. It got a fire emoji. It has to be real. It now has 3 fire emojis. And this true emoji. Oh yeah, it's definitely true then. You got the true emoji. Yeah, let's see if Blackfire gets this drop here. We know he has a bot. Yep, Blackfire has a bot. We're coming for you, Blackfire. I honestly do love the animation of the 1 of 1.
Yeah.
That Blackfire's got.
Yeah, that's
little
dope.
dance move, little breakdown.
Oh, am I in this?
Oh yeah, reminder.
Oh, yeah.
Click the little sword, get in the mix. Ads almost forgot to do it, but don't worry. She's in. We got 28 of you. Oh, we can get to 30. We can do it. I believe in us. That's the same look I have right now, Batak. Same look. Yeah, all right. Sorry, I'm not doing my job. Who's the bounty on? Do we want Shenlong again? We got 15 seconds. Okay, yeah, it's Shenlong. So you kill me, ads or Shenlong, you get a medium loot box. If any of us commits suicide, everyone who is playing will get a normal loot box. Shenlong had a double suicide last game, giving you all 2 normal loot boxes. We didn't hit 30. We got 29 participants, but who cares? It's the last Super Rumble of the week. Let's see who gets the crown. MHR is dead. Guy Phil killed Blazwitch. Sartorelli is dead. Soulman killed Ann Sharma. In Nitro ate some forbidden berries. Round 2, Evil Star killed Sankey. Golsey Nero then avenged Sankey and killed Evil Star. Mighty Dragon has a dagger, and Blazwitch is back in the mix. Little Star Trek animation there. D Mighty Dragon fell from a high place. D Testnetter is dead. Guy Phil always coming in for the Super Rumbles, kills Savannah Sage. Blackfield and Blackfire are both in the mix here. Chiku went fishing for food. Julian is dead. And Daniel killed Soul Mint. Ooh, 18 players left. Blazwitch killed Brutal Ace. Blackfield killed Golsey Nero. Shanice killed D Mini Goddess. And Webbed Hero is dead. All right, side bet. Who's lasting longer, Blackfield or Blackfire? My money's on Blackfield. D Phoenix Wolf is dead. Blackfire killed Shenlong. And Guy Phil the Duchess is dead. Blackfire and Blackfield are still here in the mix. Round 6, 11 players. Round 7, only 6 players left. Reduzi killed Biro. I killed Blackfield. I literally just made myself lose.
Yep.
Blazwitch was killed by a puppy. Abhishek killed Daniel. And Redzi is dead. 7 players in round 8. Shanice is fine. Blackfire received some water. And Ann Sharma is back.
Back again.
Oh my gosh. It's your nemesis coming out.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Abhishek, dead. Shanice, tiptoed through tulips. Chiku, dagger. Oh. Chiku killed me. Shanice killed Ann Sharma and ads fell off the cliff. This was a very sad round in this room. Our energy was so high, and then we read that, and our energy just went to 0. Chiku killed Blackfire. Shanice went fishing for food. It's Chiku and Shanice. I'm feeling Chiku. Chiku, you got this. Chiku. Oh! I win. Well, Chiku wins, but I win also.
Is that because you said that other thing before?
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
I think that happened.
Yeah.
I
you can
reverse jinx myself.
Right. You got back. Yeah. It's not easy to do.
It's actually harder to do.
It's harder to do. GG's. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to our Titan Talk today. 2 Titan Talks, 1 week. Love it. But no, thank you for all the support. Do message us on these topics. Message me about your portfolios and your NFTs as we go into this buyback. And then message Inc, please, about how you want to get involved with the community. And let's start sorting that out over the next couple of weeks. But thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful end of your week and a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.